People often speak of Neanderthals as strong hunters, but few ever think about how the women survived. Without them, there would have been no tribe and no future. They gave birth, fed, taught, and cared. Their lives were no easier than the men's, just quieter. And here is what that life looked like. Pregnancy for a Neanderthal woman was not a matter of choice, but part of the tribe's survival. If a woman did not give birth, the group died out. There was no medicine, no midwives, no protection from pain. A woman became pregnant and continued living as usual, gathering food, tending the fire, working hides. A growing belly was no excuse to rest. Birth happened right in the cave or under a shelter made of hides. Other women, mothers, sisters, elders, were likely nearby. They could help, share knowledge, offer comfort. But if something went wrong, no one could save her. If the baby got stuck or there was heavy bleeding, it almost always meant death. Skeletons of women from that time often show signs of injuries related to difficult births. A Neanderthal woman had a wide pelvis. Nature had adapted, but the baby still had a large head. Like modern infants, it was an ordeal. Women likely gave birth sitting or squatting, holding on to something for better control. If the birth went well, the mother and child stayed in the cave for a few days or weeks. The group waited for her to recover. Then, back to work. A woman had no right to be weak. The tribe would not wait. A Neanderthal mother had no cradle, no diapers, no warm blanket. The baby was wrapped in a hide and carried on her back or chest. Near ancient hearths, archaeologists find tiny footprints, finger marks, fragments of bone toys. Children were always close. The baby was breastfed. There was no other option. If a mother died in childbirth, the infant's chance of survival was nearly zero. But if there was another nursing woman in the group, she might take the baby as her own. This did happen. In small groups, everyone depended on each other. When the child reached about a year old, they were given extra food, chewed meat, berries, soft roots. A mother could not nurse for several years. She needed to become pregnant again. Women gave birth often because child mortality was high. Caring for children was hard. There were no medicines, no warm water. If a child got sick, they might just keep him near the fire and wait, or not wait. Archaeologists find tiny children's graves, carefully lined with stones, with ochre and flowers. This means even the youngest were mourned. But if a child survived, they quickly became part of the tribe. By age 3 or 4, they already knew stone, fire, blood, and fear. A Neanderthal woman did not sit by the fire all day with a baby in her arms. Her work was constant. She gathered berries, nuts, edible roots. She tended the fire. Letting it die meant everyone would freeze at night. She cleaned hides, cut meat, boiled fat from bones, helped divide the hunt. She did not hunt large animals, but could join drives, help with traps, finish off wounded prey. If the men went far, women remained in charge of the camp. They had to protect the children, the supplies, and themselves. The danger was not only predators. Strangers could come too. Women taught their daughters from an early age. A girl of 5 already helped her mother, holding meat, gathering firewood, cleaning hides. By 10, she knew how to handle fire, where to find berries, how to survive if the tribe moved on. Knowledge was not passed through books, only through work, gestures, and looks. Women had to do everything: treat wounds, scare off wolves, make ornaments, watch the young. If there was an elder woman in the group, she knew more than anyone. In her mind were paths, hunting grounds, recipes, rules. Without her, the tribe might not survive. Women's work was invisible from afar, but it held life together while the men brought back meat. A Neanderthal woman was not only a mother and a worker, she had a role in the group. She knew who was related to whom, whose child was whose, when someone was due to give birth. She kept the tribe's order in her head, a living calendar. Pregnant women likely got more attention. They were helped, given better meat, kept near the fire, not out of pity, but because the baby was the future. If a woman died, another life was lost too. Everyone understood this. Women probably made some decisions themselves. Who would go for berries? Who would stay with the children? Who would watch the fire? In small groups, without a strict leader, survival depended on agreements. Women did not command, but they had much influence. They were respected for their experience and knowledge, not for physical strength. Did women have ornaments, special clothing? Possibly. Some sites contained beads, shells, traces of ochre. These might have marked status, a pregnant woman or an elder. Or perhaps they were just a way to feel alive. A woman was not a man's shadow. She was the one who kept the fire. Without her, the group could not hunt, could not eat, could not go on. Everyone knew this, even if no one said it aloud. If a Neanderthal woman lived to old age, that was already an achievement. Their average lifespan was short, 30, maybe 40 years. But archaeologists find female skeletons older than 50. This means they were not abandoned. They were fed, treated, cared for. An old woman in the cave was not a burden, but a storehouse of knowledge. Such a woman remembered where berries once grew, when herds passed through, where it was safe to camp. She knew how to treat burns, stop bleeding, help in childbirth. She did not need to be taught. She was the teacher. She might have had no teeth, but they chewed her food for her, gave her soft meat, herbal drinks. She did not hunt or carry firewood, but her place by the fire was sacred. These women could tell stories, teach girls, give advice in disputes. Some researchers believe that thanks to such old women, human groups became more stable. Among Homo sapiens, this is called the grandmother hypothesis. The idea that a grandmother increases the survival chances of grandchildren. The same might have been true for Neanderthals. Old age was not the end, but another form of strength. And if she was respected, even in a world where every calorie counted for survival, it means a woman was worth a great deal.